Hailey Van Lith. Oh, you gave a bad answer. Especially consider the fact you're playing the Fever Game 1. And I hope Caitlin Clark. This is a person who has played the last 2 times she played Caitlin Clark. I'm not joking when I say this. Caitlin Clark put 40 on her team's head. Put 40 on her head directly once.
Okay, this is wild. The WNBA simply couldn't resist. Out of all the players they could hype up, they chose Hailey Van Lith. Yes, the same Hailey who already has a messy history with Caitlin Clark. Now she's being floated as Rookie of the Year. And let me tell you, Fever fans are absolutely losing their minds. So the question is, has the league completely lost touch? What do you think? Let's not sugarcoat this for a second. Fever fans are furious, and honestly they've got a point. You mean to tell me Hailey Van Lith, the player best known for cutting Caitlin Clark in that infamous draft day start bench cut nonsense, and who's already been caught taking cheap shots on the court, is suddenly being hyped up as Rookie of the Year material? Come on, that's just ridiculous. This isn't about performance anymore, it's clearly about narrative, and the WNBA knows it.
With the 11th pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky select Hailey Van Lith, Texas Christian University.
You see a huge hug from Hailey Van Lith with mom and dad. Regular fixtures during her games throughout her collegiate career. Her boyfriend, NBA star Jalen Suggs in the building.
And get this is where the league truly shows its colors. When Caitlin Clark was absolutely dominating headlines, putting butts in seats, and selling jerseys faster than the league could even print them, everyone pretended it was all about the collective growth of the WNBA. But the second Clark became the undisputed face of the sport, what happened? The claws came out. Suddenly, veterans were complaining she was being overhyped. The league started leaning into villainizing her angles, and rivals like Hailey Van Lith found themselves center stage. Not because they earned it, but because they were useful in pushing back against Clark's shine.
Start bench cut, Diana Taurasi, Sabrina Ionescu, and Caitlin Clark.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
You're gonna get me in trouble and I'm only a rookie.
Oh, this seems wrong.
You're not gonna catch me because they are all great and I'm not gonna answer that question. They are all amazing.
Give flowers to the legend. We're gonna start Diana Taurasi. I'm going to bench Sabrina and cut.
Let's rewind for a second to draft night. Hailey Van Lith gets asked a super simple game. Start, bench cut, Diana Taurasi, Sabrina Ionescu, and Caitlin Clark. Pretty easy, right? Any sane rookie would either dodge the question or give some neutral diplomatic answer, but not Hailey. She decided she was bold enough to cut Caitlin Clark right there on the league's own orange carpet. Yeah, because insulting the player currently carrying the league on her back is such a brilliant career move. Fans were not impressed, and social media absolutely blew up. HVL dead to me. One fan wrote. Another dropped a meme of Caitlin lighting up Hailey's Louisville team for a jaw-dropping 41 points, and yet instead of brushing off the backlash, Hailey doubled down with that smug shrug. That image of her shrugging while Clark torched her squad has basically become her brand at this point. And now, months later, after she's had a pretty rocky start with Chicago, suddenly she's being promoted as Rookie of the Year? Let's get serious. Rookie of the Year isn't just about who can talk big or who has the spiciest history with Caitlin Clark. It's supposed to be about impact. And what impact has Van Lith had besides irritating Fever fans and trying to ride the wave of Clark's spotlight? I mean, compare her to Sonia Citron, who's actually producing, playing smart basketball, and building respect without needing to stir any drama. Fever fans look at that and ask, why isn't she being pushed? Why is the league giving Van Lith the PR machine treatment while ignoring players who actually earned it? The answer is simple. Controversy sells. The WNBA is leaning into Hailey because she's a convenient anti-Clark figure. Now here's where it gets even more insulting. This isn't just about awards talk. Fever fans are still raw about the on-court nonsense. Remember that so-called hard foul, which everyone with working eyes called an outright cheap shot, where Van Lith went after Clark? It wasn't basketball, it was frustration disguised as defense, and instead of punishing that behavior, the league just let it slide. The message was clear: take shots at Clark and we'll protect you. You don't need to be a conspiracy theorist to see the pattern. Caitlin Clark raises the league's profile, ratings soar, the money flows in, and suddenly, the league is bending over backward to push anyone who challenges her. Whether it's Angel Reese, Diana Taurasi with her reality check comments, or now Hailey Van Lith getting Rookie of the Year nods she hasn't earned, it's not merit-based, it's politics. And let's not forget their long history. Clark and Van Lith have been circling each other since college.
Caitlin Clark once again dancing with the basketballs.
Caitlin's very skilled. She's a great player. She hit some tough shots. And there's not a whole lot you can do about some of the threes she hit. And I think, her role, or the team around her that plays a role, they did a good job of executing their role. So, ultimately they played better than us, and that's what it was.
Seriously, think about it. Iowa versus Louisville in 2023, Clark absolutely drops 41 points, famously tells Van Lith to shut up, and seals her as the rival who simply couldn't back it up. Fast forward a year, Iowa versus LSU, and Van Lith thought she'd have the last laugh teaming up with Angel Reese. Instead, Clark cooked them again. That's twice Clark ended her season, twice. And yet somehow, Van Lith is the one being hyped up today. If irony was a stat, she'd lead the league. But this isn't just funny, it's infuriating for Fever fans. These are the same fans who've watched Clark get hacked every single game with no calls, who've seen her dragged in media narratives, and who've watched the WNBA downplay her contributions while pumping up everyone else. Now to see Van Lith, of all people, being shoved into Rookie of the Year conversations, that truly feels like spitting in their faces. Let's be clear, Hailey Van Lith is a decent player. Nobody's denying that. She had a solid college career, put up respectable numbers, and she's scrappy. But Rookie of the Year, that's not about being decent. That's about being transformational. Clark already did that last year in her rookie campaign, dragging the Fever from the basement to the playoffs. Aaliyah Boston did it the year before, commanding respect from day one. She's just not in that category. She's just loud enough to keep people talking, and that, my friends, is why she's getting headlines. And speaking of headlines, let's not ignore how much the league absolutely loves this narrative. The rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Hailey Van Lith has been simmering for years, and now the WNBA is just throwing gasoline on it. Why? Because they know Clark fans will rage-click every article about it. They know the drama sells, and in a league desperate for eyeballs, they'll happily sacrifice fairness and credibility if it means extra engagement. But here's the kicker, this might actually backfire. Fans aren't dumb. They know when they're being manipulated. Every time the league pushes Van Lith ahead of more deserving rookies, it chips away at their credibility. Every time they let her antics slide while Clark gets hammered for less, fans lose more trust. And when you lose trust, you lose loyalty. Look at the Fever fan base right now. These are people who sold out arenas, who set attendance records, who carried the WNBA into mainstream conversations. And the league thinks those same fans are just gonna smile and clap while their star gets disrespected and their rival gets rewarded? Good luck with. What makes it even worse is the double standard. If Clark so much as looks annoyed at a ref, it's bad sportsmanship. If Van Lith shrugs off Clark while mocking her, oh, she's fiery and competitive. The spin is utterly exhausting, and fans see right through it. Now, before anyone thinks this is just Fever fans overreacting, let's be real, neutral fans are saying the exact same thing. Go scroll through social media. Look at the comment sections, that screenshot we started with. People are literally asking, how is Hailey Van Lith listed there? Sonia Citron should be Rookie of the Year. That's not just Indiana talking, that's the broader basketball community recognizing a clown show when they see one. But here's the million-dollar question. How long can the league keep this up? How long can they pretend Van Lith is a serious Rookie of the Year candidate without absolutely embarrassing themselves? Fans aren't stupid. They know awards talk is supposed to mean something. If the league keeps twisting it just to spite Clark, they're not just disrespecting her, they're disrespecting the game itself. Now let's move back to the draft night moment, because this one basically set the tone for Hailey's entire rookie season. When she was asked to play that start bench cut game, she went with Taurasi as the starter. Sabrina on the bench, and then casually said cut Caitlin Clark. Oh boy, she might as well have lit a match in a fireworks factory because Fever fans exploded online. The funny part is, she said it with this little smirk that made it feel way more intentional than just a silly game, and the internet does not forgive things like that. In minutes, Twitter, or X, was packed with fans calling her dead to me, classless, and my personal favorite, Clark's new practice dummy. The memes were instant. Screenshots of her Elite 8 loss to Iowa in 2024 were flying everywhere, paired with captions like, cut Caitlin, sweetheart, she already cut you 2 years in a row. You simply cannot make this stuff up. And let's be real, the timing couldn't have been worse for Haley. Caitlin had just finished her rookie season with the Fever, dragging them from the bottom of the WNBA standings to the playoffs. She had already become the face of the league, whether the veterans liked it or not. So when a rookie, yes, a rookie, comes out swinging with a cut Caitlin comment, fans saw it as straight up disrespect. But it wasn't just the draft night shade. Fast forward to the season, and there were actual on-court moments where the tension between Haley and Caitlin just boiled over. The most talked about, that game where Haley body-checked Caitlin like she was auditioning for the Chicago Bears. Everyone watching was like, is this basketball or are we running NFL drills now? Clark, of course, did what she always does. She popped right back up, gave a sarcastic clap, and then proceeded to torch the defense the very next possession. That's the thing about Caitlin. Players keep trying to rattle her, but all they really do is fuel her, and Haley, bless her heart, learned that the hard way. Now, why are Fever fans so mad about her being listed as Rookie of the Year? It's simple. It feels like a reward for bad behavior. Think about it. You've got rookies like Sonia Citron, who've quietly put together strong, respectable seasons without stirring drama every 5 minutes. And yet somehow Haley, who's most famous this season for cheap shots and shade at Caitlin Clark, gets the spotlight. If you're a Fever fan, that's gotta sting. And here's the kicker, Caitlin isn't even a rookie anymore. She's in her second year. So this isn't about her being threatened by a new kid. It's about her watching the league bend over backward to hype up a player who seems more focused on clout than actual basketball. For Fever fans, that feels like a slap in the face. But the league loves drama, doesn't it? And Haley Van Lith brings plenty of it. Think about her storylines. Her reunion with Angel Reese, the old rivalry with Caitlin, the draft night disrespect, and now the Rookie of the Year talk. She's basically a walking headline machine. The WNBA has been desperate for media traction, and controversy sells. So whether she deserves it or not, Haley's name gets boosted because it gets clicks. Still, let's not pretend the basketball world has forgotten the receipts. Caitlin cooked her at Louisville. Caitlin cooked her at LSU. And when they meet again in the WNBA, odds are Caitlin's gonna remind her once more. Fever fans live for those games because they know Caitlin plays her sharpest when there's beef on the floor. And Haley, well, she keeps providing the beat. What really makes this whole Rookie of the Year thing sting though, is the way it minimizes what actual hard-working rookies have done. Sonia Citron, for example, has been consistent, reliable, and professional. She didn't need to stir drama to get attention. But in this league, it seems like headlines beat out box scores. That's why Fever fans are furious. It's not just about Caitlin versus Haley, it's about rewarding the wrong kind of behavior. And let's not forget their history. Caitlin once famously told Haley, "You're down 15 points, shut up," during their NCAA clash. That line has basically lived rent-free in fans' heads ever since. It's the perfect summary of their dynamic. Caitlin does the talking with her scoring, while Haley talks, well, just talks. Now in fairness, Haley isn't a terrible player. She put up solid numbers in college, averaging around 15 points a game across her career. She's scrappy, she hustles, and she clearly isn't afraid of the spotlight. But Rookie of the Year, that's where fans are drawing the line. It feels unearned, especially compared to Caitlin's rookie season, which was historically great. The contrast couldn't be sharp, so let's call it what it is. The WNBA is trying to manufacture a rivalry. They know Caitlin's star power is unmatched, but they also know a story is more fun when there's a villain. And right now, Haley Van Lith is more than happy to play that role. Whether it's by shading Caitlin at the draft, body-checking her in games, or somehow getting herself into Rookie of the Year conversations, She's leaning all the way into being the bad girl of this story. And honestly, it works. Fans love to hate her. They boo her. They flood comment sections with jokes. They roast her old losses, and yet they keep watching. The league knows this. Drama drives views, and views drive money. So while Fever fans fume, the WNBA smiles because people are talking. But here's where I'll end this video. Being a villain only works if you back it up on the court. Diana Taurasi, she could talk all the trash in the world, but she had the rings and the stats to justify it. Caitlin Clark, she lets her shooting speak louder than any interview clip. Hailey Van Lith, she's at risk of becoming the player everyone talks about, but nobody fears on the scoreboard. If that happens, this whole Rookie of the Year hype will age like spoiled milk.